Good morning everyone and welcome. It's day 2 at Rockingham. Today there are a number of support races which are going out for all of their practice. In terms of the touring cars, they are doing initial setup, making sure everything's okay, changing the suspension setup, checking brakes, so lots of things. They are setting up a thing called a flat patch, and that is so there's a level floor that the guys can work on. So they've got plates on each corner, bar, and then they'll just make sure it's level. So then the car can sit on top of that, and then any work they do, they can guarantee it is flat. So at the moment they're taking the suspension off of the front. The reason they're doing that, they're just changing the dampers on it, so they're slightly different from a standard car. They're mounted completely the opposite way, which I'll show you where they were. So the guys have been changing both the camber and the toe on the car. Now there's two different ways that they do this. In order to change the toe, so that's the angle, the tyres are either that or that, they run a bit old-fashioned, but it seems to work really well, a piece of string literally that runs down the side of the car, and then there are some brackets which go on the wheels, and then they measure the front of the tyre, the back of the tyre, and then the difference between the two. So if that's 50 and that's 40, then there's a 10mm difference between the front, so they know which way the wheels are going, so they can obviously alter that. Then if they want to alter the camber, again they put a plate. I've got a picture of that sort of coming up on the screen at the moment. They then measure the angle that plate's sitting at, so if it's like that, they can then put a gauge on here, and then they know what angle it's at. So if they want to change that, they place these little plates, so different thicknesses, so they place them, and then that changes the angle. We've got one of these sport races. They're out of practice. That's the GT4s. They're going around. You can probably hear them in the background. They're quite loud, but hopefully you can actually hear me. So you're responsible for anything engine related then?
If it's related to spin and engine, yes.
Yeah,
yeah, basically. That's
so the team don't touch it, and then it's just down to you?
Yeah, it's down to us really.
So if it breaks, it's your fault, not the team's.
Depends how they use it, of course.
I'm just doing engine side, yes.
Yeah.
Engine side, yes.
Is it all the mappings and temperature settings and?
Yeah, just today, just like checking if the pedals they are working,
Yeah.
if I've got everything fully open and everything. So, and after, yeah.
So these are the rear brake discs, as you can see. sort of here, there's grooves on them going out, and they're the brake pads. So the reason they're shaped that way is if any water comes in, basically the water is funneled out that way. If they happen to be fitted the other way, the water would actually come down and it would sit within the brake pad and cause a lack of feel on the brakes, and they wouldn't be as good as they should be. So we've got the various compounds of tyres behind us. Just over that side you've got the wets, and then you've just got the slicks over this side. There's two different compounds. I think here, because it's quite an abrasive circuit, they're going to use the harder of the two. So it's quite interesting the fact that they do run different pressures on all four tyres depending on the setup and things like that. So what they're going to do now is go and get some new tyres from Dunlop. They'll need to be signed in. I think they get 16 pairs of tyres, and then that's it really for the weekend, and they've got some they can carry over to the next race and some old ones they can use for practice today. So I'm standing on the pit wall at the moment. The Ginetta Juniors are going out. They're on their practice at the moment. See one just going past there. So yeah, they'll be out for sort of, I think it's 15-20 minutes just to see how things are with the cars. They're out at the moment for their practice. GT4s have done theirs. You can see the Ginettas are just going past me at the moment. So now we've got the Formula 4 teams going out. They're going out again for practice just to make sure everything's okay. So that's the end of Friday. All the setup has now been done, so it's been a really busy day, been really interesting. Tomorrow is Saturday, strange enough as that comes after Friday, but we've got practice 1 and 2 and qualifying. So yeah, if you watch tomorrow's video, you'll see what goes on. So if you've liked this video and you haven't subscribed, please give it a thumbs up. Any comments sort of pop down there, it'd be really good